Hi folks, welcome to another walk here at the historic and landmark Woodlawn Cemetery in the Bronx. I have a few very interesting graves I want to show you today. I am sure you will be delighted. Let's go for a walk. Woodlawn Cemetery opened in 1863. And it became a landmark cemetery in 2011, I believe. It's a very big place, 400 acres and over 300,000 graves. We're gonna start our walk right here, right on these intersections. This is known as Jazz Corner. Many of the great jazz performers are buried in these proximities within short distance of each other. And here's the first one. Hampton, flying home. The one and only Lionel Hampton. Born 1908, died 2002. Lionel Hampton. The next grave here, right across from Lionel Hampton's, is that of Duke Elington. Born 1899, died 1974. He was 75 years old when he died. This is the family plot here. And right next to Duke is one of the most popular graves here at Woodlawn, and that is the monument, the gravesite of Miles Davis. Born 1926, died 1991 at age 65. They did a beautiful job. I believe his wife is buried with him here too. Like I said, this is known as Jazz Corner. There are many other jazz performers buried here, and African American performers and entertainers are buried around here. Here's another one, Illinois Jacket. Born 1922, died 2004 at age 81. We love you, we miss you. There's a very special grave that I want to show you right up this hill. We're gonna have to do a little exercise in here. Oh no, he's right up here. He's right up here. Harold Atkins Hunter. Harold Hunter, born 1974, a year before I did. Died 2006. At age 31. Unfortunately, he died of a drug overdose. Very young man. He was a native New Yorker, a famous skateboarder turned actor. His rise to fame came in 1995. He played one of the characters in a controversial film called Kids, Kids. The story of a group of teenagers living in New York City, and that movie has become a cult classic. Kids, 1995 film, look it up. Let's continue our walk. I wanna go in the back here, up over the hill, and around to the other side. T.U. William, 1940-2004. A legacy of love and passion for life. Here's another performer, jazz performer, Jackie McLean. I don't have his stats right now, but he was popular too. Next to him is the grave of Norma Miller, African American dancer, born 1919, died 2019. The queen of swing, much loved Hindi hopper, comedian, jazz dancer, choreographer, actress, singer, author, and composer. Baby swing baby. That's a beautiful tombstone. Let's keep walking. I want to go over there on the other side. There's a lot of famous people buried here. And a lot of people from the high class of New York City. This mausoleum here marks. There's a gentleman by the name of Louis Marks. He was a toy magnate, toy maker, known as the Toy King of America. He was born 1896, died 1982. A very famous toy maker back from the days. Let us keep walking here. Friedel. Who do we have here? A World War II veteran, Thomas Pinelli, 1926-2011. Beautiful. And right over here, this man needs no introduction. Fiorello LaGuardia, considered the best mayor New York City ever had. He was mayor of New York City for 3 terms, from 1934 to 1945. Died at age 64. Fiorello LaGuardia, the best mayor New York City ever had. He's buried here at Woodlawn. There's his wife, Marie LaGuardia. A statesman and humanitarian. 3-term mayor of New York City. How about that? Grantland Rise, 1880, 1954. He was a famous sports writer in the 1920s and 1930s. One of the most famous sports writers ever, Grantland Rice. Here's his grave, and here's a marker. Someone left a cap there as a souvenir. Beautiful. Grantland Rice. Let's keep walking here. DiMartino. Beloved husband and dear father, 1888-1956. Our beloved daughter, Christina Worrell, 1988-1989. Oh, that's so sad. Here's another veteran, Daniel Webster Holman, 1931-2002. If you see all those American flags on the graves of, on some of the graves, that means that they were members. They served in the armed forces for the United States. And here is Leroy Neiman. He was a famous, a popular, a well-known painter. Leroy Neiman, 1921, died 2012. Let's see who else we have back here. James Politi, 1909-1973. Let us go. Oh, I want to show you this mausoleum across the street. Oh, this is beautiful. In loving memory of our family, Ralph marks. This is beautifully done. I want to bring you over to this mausoleum. If you are in the United States, you might recognize that name, Hertz. John Daniel Hertz, the founder of the Hertz rental car company. This is his gravesite, mausoleum. Born 1879, died 1961, age 82. The Hertz car company was founded in 1918. At the beginning of the pandemic in 2020, they filed for bankruptcy, but they have since come out of that, and I believe they're doing okay now. But yeah, this is the guy, the gentleman that founded it. He's buried right there. A lot of interesting people chose to be buried here. Yazin. Kolokondis. Let us go over here. There's a couple of places here that I want to show you, and here's one of them. Back here, it's a tiny, small mausoleum, if you want to call it. The tombstone of a silent film actress by the name of Olive Thomas. Born 1894, died in 1920. A popular silent film actress of the time. Unfortunately, she died very young, at age 25. She died of an accidental mercury medication that was prescribed to her husband, whose name is right there, Pickford, but her name is Olive Thomas. We cannot really see inside because it's so dark. Such a sad story. She died of he took a medication that contained mercury, a prescribed medication, and it turned out that the dose she took was lethal, and it killed her. Okay, there's a famous, let me see if I can find them, post. George Brownie Post, born 1837, died 1913. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of a man. Ecclesiastes. George Post was a famous, one of the prominent architects back in the early days of the 1900s. He designed many buildings. His most famous work is probably that of the New York Stock Exchange building. This is the man, the architect, that brought it to us. George Post, a great architect. Let us go around the back here. I'm not sure if I mentioned it at the beginning of the walk, but today it is Monday, September 4th, 2023, Labor Day, and I am here doing a leisure walk around Woodlawn Cemetery in the Bronx. One of the most beautiful cemeteries in the United States. Very well maintained. Well manicured. And since today is a holiday, Labor Day, I don't see that many people around here. It's never crowded here actually. We pretty much have the whole cemetery to ourselves. John Russell Pope, architect. Oh, I guess there's an architect buried there. It's very nice. And right over there, this monument that we are walking towards, it is the famous Titanic Memorial. The Titanic Memorial at Woodlawn Cemetery. It's right here. Let's try to read the inscriptions that the designer wrote. Our souls have sights of that immortal sea, which brought us hither. Titanic Memorial. The person that ordered this monument to be built, that person is buried right here in the monument. Her name, Anna Bliss. She was a wealthy philanthropist of New York City, born 1851, died 1935, 83 years old. She was not a passenger of the Titanic, but she was so moved. She was so moved by the tragedy that she ordered this monument to be built to commemorate their names, the people lost. That's a beautiful monument to the Titanic. Titanic sunk April 15, 1912. Anson Phelps Stokes. So across, right across from the monument, the Titanic monument, is the family mausoleum of the Strauss family. Let's get a little closer. Excuse me. This is the Strauss family mausoleum, designed in an Egyptian style burial. That was popular back in the early 1900s. We are allowed to go inside, so let's go inside here. Percy Strauss, Jesse Strauss, and Herbert Strauss. But this is what we're here for. This is what we're here for. Many waters cannot quench love, neither can the floods drown it. And these are the graves of Isidor Strauss, born 1845, died at the sinking of the Titanic, April 15, 1912. Strauss was the owner of the Macy's department store. However, he was not the original founder. He bought the store from the original founder, which you can see in my other video. His grave is not too far from here. Right next to Isidor is his wife, Ida Strauss, born 1849, died at the sinking of the Titanic, April 15, 1912. Unlike her husband, her body was never recovered. She was lost at sea. Isidor's body was recovered by one of the recovery ships that were dispatched. And they died together at the sinking of the Titanic. She was offered to get on a lifeboat, but she refused. She did not want to go. She did not want to leave her husband behind. So she chose to stay with him, and she went with him. They went down together to the depth of the ocean. That's a beautiful story from the Titanic. You know, let's go to the back. There's a few people in the back of the mausoleum that I wanna show you here really quick. What do we have back here? What do we have back here? In the back of the mausoleum, there's two markers with the resting place of two infant Strauss family members. Two infants are buried right there. Sad. We have here to the dear memory of James Hackett, Cavalier de la Légion d'Honneur, born 1869, died 1926. A classical stage actor, born 1869. Look at that. He died 57 years old. He was a prominent actor. Back in those days. Next to James is another famous actress of the early days, Martha Mansfield, 1889-1923. She was a famous silent film era actress. She's buried there. Let's continue here. I want to bring you over to this mausoleum here. James Linton Thompson, 1872-1947. Philip Grandin McFadden, 1877-1949. Beloved husband. Husband and wife together there. Beautiful. So back to this mausoleum right here. And you are gonna recognize this name, I'm pretty sure. Bulova. Joseph Bulova, the founder of the Bulova Watch Company, born 1851, died 1935. 84 years old. Joseph Bulova. Let's see if we can take a peek inside. Maybe not, it's a little dark in there. Yeah. But that's Joseph Bulova, the founder of the Bulova Watch Company. He was an immigrant and he founded the company in New York City. This is another one of the most popular, most famous graves here at the cemetery. It is called the Outcast. A young man by the name of Nathan Piccirilli is buried there. Born 1918, died 1944. I believe he died in combat during the Second World War. who made the supreme sacrifice for his country at the Battle of Ormoc Bay, Philippine Islands, December 7, 1944. So yeah, he was lost in combat. His parents ordered this memorial to be built to remember their son. The Outcast. Beautifully done. Camper Louis. LGBT memorial there. I am not sure who's buried there. Peter Ewing Hope, 1837-1923. Oh, look at that angel. Look at that angel. Charles Austin. Amy Howie Beckley. I know that I shall see my pilot face to face when I have crossed the bar. Charles Austin Beckley. Warm summer, sunshine kindly here. Warm southern wind blows softly here. Green sod above. Light. Good night, dear heart. Good night. I'm back here. It's a lot of interesting grave sites. Around this area. And I want to bring your attention over to this memorial. It's called Memorial to a Marriage. Memorial to Marriage. The monument commemorates marriage equality. A monument to the LGBT community. The ladies that built this monument, they are still alive. They are a couple, and they built that to celebrate marriage equality. Let's go back this way. Let's head over to Celia Cruz mausoleum. She's buried not too far from here. Let's try to find her. But before we go there, let me see what else is back here. Alexander Angelina Navarro, 1918-2001. In loving memory of America Carrero, 1921-2014. William T. Hoops, Saint Anthony of Padua, pray for her. Beloved wife, mother and grandmother, Maria Fidelia Quinones, 1914-1993. Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, because thou art with me. Reynolds, Ireland. George Joseph Graney, 1926-1981. Happy birthday. Edwin Henry Hess, in memory of Robert Preston, 1974. Died 1974, born 1904. Edward Willard Brown, son of Vernon H. Brown, 1863-1932. Edward William Brown. In loving memory, Francis Jr., June 8, 1920, died 2003. In God's care, distinguished judge, devoted to his family and public service, the Honorable Francis, 1880-1947. Oh, look at that, a judge. A honorable judge is buried here. forever with the Lord, dedicated to her family and faithful Roman Catholic, Edith Rowan, 1888-1966. Right over here is one of the graves I really wanted to show you today. Irving Berlin, born 1888, died 1989. 101 years old when he died. Irving Berlin was a composer of American patriotic songs. God bless America, land that I love. That song, he's the man that composed it. The composer of God Bless America, Irving Berlin. Buried next to him are some of his family members. Irving Berlin Jr. Irving Berlin, the composer of God Bless America. He was a Jewish-born Russian and he composed many of the great songs, patriotic songs of the United States. John Perkins Greer, beloved son of David Perkins, died August 1939, New York City. Not sure who that is. Paul Lawrence Kiernan, 1934, died 1985. Look at this old style sarcophagus. Hosak. Let me see back here really quick, and then we're gonna head over to Celia Cruz mausoleum. Raleigh Hasbrook Brooks, 1875 by 1960. Waistcoff, Rose, Catherine Kelly, Eugene Higgins, Irene Hobbs, Henry Edsall, born 1839, died 1896. Finch, what does it say there? Chambers. I'm back here. Match Goldsmith, 1916-2003. Husband and wife. Irving Goldsmith, 1960-1970. And here Newman something, cannot really see his last name. The Lord is my shepherd. Here lie sisters Juliana Isivina Matthews and Loretta Angelina Matthews. So well loved they will never be forgotten. And here Richard Martucci, 1942-2006, and wife Annette, 1944-1990. My love to you, I give my heart. There's a little walkway here, a slated walkway. Let us see where it leads. Let's go see what's back here. Wow, look at this fountain. I never knew. Look at that. Robert Louis Levi, October 1888. $1974. All right, look at that. That's oh, there are other names here. They are hard to read. Beatrice Strauss Levi, 1897-1967. Barbara Levy, 1921-2005. Endowed. I've never seen this before. I wonder who they are. Robert Levi, Beatrice Levi, Barbara Levi. I have to look that up. How beautiful. Let's go back here. I hope I don't... I've seen a coyote the other day around here. Paul Klotz, 1869-1957. John Bassett Moore, 1860, 1927. Helen Holland Moore, 1866, 1958. Another husband and wife burial. Imre Dept, 1906, 1962. Pierre Lecomte Dunois, 1883, 1947. Mary Lecomte Dunois, 1891, 1974. Another husband and wife. There's a market on top of this rock. It is the effort alone that counts, regardless of the result. Human Destiny by Pierre Lecomte Dunois. Oh, so look at that. This gentleman here, Pierre Lecomte Dunois, he wrote, I don't know, maybe he was a poet or a writer. Not sure. All right, let's go to Celia Cruz mausoleum. It has become one of the most popular mausoleums here at Woodlawn. She's right there. And here it is, the mausoleum to Celia Cruz. Born 1925, died 2003 at age 77. She died recently, 2003. She performed all the way until her death. The Queen of Salsa. She was a phenomenon, especially during the early days of salsa, the 1960s, 1970s. She helped internationalize the salsa genre. 1925-2003. There's her picture is there. You can look. And right next to her, her longtime partner and husband. He was also her manager. 1921-2007. He died like 4 years after she did. They say he died of a broken heart. The Queen of Salsa, Celia Cruz. Carly's Hall, 1941-2001. Beloved father and brother, the Lord is my shepherd. A few feet away from Celia Cruz mausoleum is the graveside of another salsa legend, Johnny Pacheco, born 1935, died 2021. He was also one of the prominent singers, performers during the 1960s, 1970s. He helped internationalize the salsa music worldwide. Johnny Pacheco, he was also the founder of a record label that still exists to this day. It's called Fania Records. They signed some of the biggest names of salsa during those years. Fania Records, he's the founder, Johnny Pacheco. He also founded let me let that plane pass first before I continue. There's an air traffic line right above the cemetery. Every 5 minutes you hear a plane passing by. Anyway, Johnny Pacheco, he also founded the Fania All Stars. The Fania All Stars was the greatest salsa group ever assembled. Some of the best performers of the salsa during just those years, they sang on that group, Fania All Stars. AC Howler. Okay guys, it's 4:15 now. We saw some amazing graves. They are closing in 15 minutes at 4:30. So we need to end it here. Because I need to head over back to my car. I hope you enjoyed this walk on this Labor Day 2023. Nice and sunny, beautiful day. Thank you for watching.